Alright guys, welcome back to the channel here at GearedUp and Gamin. So today I'm going to have a short little tutorial on my wheel settings because I get this a lot. People ask me, how do you drift? You know what I mean? What are your wheel settings? And I figured I'd just make a short video and kind of go over some of that with you guys. And here we go. Let's get started. I'm gonna go ahead and cruise over to the spot, and once we get over there, I'll start getting into all the settings. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to show you guys. So here you have your steering axis, that dead zone on the inside and you're out. Me, I just use 0 and 100. Then the steering linearity, I use 50. Then your dead zone, in and out, you know, these are kind of like personal preference, especially like your clutch, you know, where you want it to grab and catch at, will depend on your inside and your outside. Your dead zones definitely play a role in that. So depending on like how high or low you like your clutch to grab, will definitely be where you want to adjust that at. So with your brake, same thing. So vibration scale, once again, it's kind of personal preference. Me, I don't tend to really like a ton of vibration, but I feel like at 0.5 it's not too bad. I can maybe turn it down a little bit more and maybe it'd be a little bit better for me, honestly. Force feedback, I'm using 1.0, center spring 1.2, wheel damper 1.1, mechanical trail 1.1. The minimum force feedback, I'm using 0.8. Now the force feedback load sensitivity, I have this turned all the way up, and for me, I like it that way a little bit better, and I played with that setting for quite some time. And the reason why I like this setting all the way up is because I feel like when the car starts kicking, I feel like I can catch it better, if that makes sense. Like I'm feeling more of what the car is doing. Even with racing, I feel what the car is doing a lot better. So that's why I have that turned all the way up. The road, I have that at 0.8, the off-road 0.7, and the sensitivity, I just have it at 0.5. And I can show you guys as well some of my Fanatec settings that I'm using, but this will kind of give you a ballpark. And even if you're using a Thrustmaster or a Logitech or you know, any of the other wheels, this kind of thing that with my settings will kind of align a little bit. You may need to adjust some here and there to better suit, because this is a stronger wheel. So if you're using like a Logitech, unless you have one of the new Logitechs that's direct drive, then this is going to be way stronger. So these settings, if anything, my opinion would be that you would need to turn a couple of them maybe up a little bit to make up for the power difference between this wheelbase and what you'd be using. So, but I am in no means, you know, a professional or anything. This is just something that I've enjoyed to do, and I do have some time in it. The drifting side, I'm playing more and more. So the more you play, you know, obviously the better you're gonna get. But we can definitely show you a little bit to show you what it's like. Of course, the sky right now looks a little funky. But here we go. The other thing I would definitely recommend real quick before I get going any further is if you're on PC, I would definitely look into getting a handbrake. And if you're on Xbox, I would look into it. I'm pretty sure that you can get some handbrakes to work USB with the Xbox, but I know some work with the wheelbase as well, like with Fanatec and different companies. So, but the handbrake, man, the handbrake makes a world of difference. So if you're wanting to get into drifting, I would say definitely look into getting a handbrake. The handbrake is going to, man, it's just a game changer. It truly is. But here we go. Now you see what I mean by, like, I can catch the car. I can feel every little kick that it's doing. So, like, even right there, I can feel it. And that's why before I didn't have the settings turned up very high, right? And because of the settings not being up as high, caused me to not have, like, control the car. Or I would do like, I want to say like tank slap, but I know that's not the correct, you know, language or what have you. But it's where like the car's, you know, constantly fighting back and forth, you know? Or like when the car kicks to the left, it wants to go to the right real quick, and left and then right and left and right. And it's like your wheel's doing this. If that's happening to you, then more than likely you have one of your settings, or maybe two, under your wheel settings turned up too high. And you need to, you know, try to tune them in a little bit more and turn some of them down. But I mean, to me, it feels nice, but I like a stronger wheel. So, you know, what works for me might not work for everybody, but I figured I would make this video anyways and try to help out a couple people, you know? And I mean, you guys can always message me or leave a comment, you know, if you want to know or have any other questions, you know. I'd be glad to try to help you guys. But I mean, with this, it just feels like, see what I mean? I can feel that when that car's kicking out, I can feel that to catch it. You know, and I can throw it harder if I need to. It wasn't the best drift right there, but I mean, as you can see, and once you start, you know, it's and you like first get your drifts and you first start, like, you know, linking them and everything, you'll see it. It'll just kind of come together and click, you know, because I got a lot of friends too that have tried to drift and they see what I do or whatever, and they're like, man, I want to do that too. So their biggest thing that they're doing wrong, in my opinion, is they're giving up too easy. You know what I mean? Like, they get frustrated and, you know, oh, I don't know how you do it or whatever. Well, how I did it is it literally took me some time and some seat time. I mean, seat time is going to be your biggest thing too, you know, because the more that you play, the more that you're going to understand, you know, physics and exactly what setting you need, or that will work for you, you know. So here we go. I'm gonna rip a little bit more, and then I'm gonna show you guys my Fanatec settings. But, and you notice that I'm not like getting a ton of that like back and forth, you know, like, because that's what would happen, that I noticed with a couple other people, is they would start washing out. And so the car kicks one way, kicks the other way, and then they just loop around. And so I feel like if people kind of try to dial in the settings and have more seat time, maybe this would help you. The other big thing too that I want to mention is, so under difficulty, right here where you see the steering, if you have it on standard or you have it on assisted, it is definitely not going to feel good. If you go to simulation when you're on a wheel and you want traction control off, you want stability control off, by doing those things, that's going to make your wheel and the physics and the handling feel completely different as well. So hopefully this helps somebody out there that, you know, is maybe having a rough time or wanting to give up or whatever. Maybe you have a Fanatec wheel, you know, wheelbase, and if it's a direct drive, I would imagine it's going to be the same way. If anything, the direct drive is just going to feel probably that much better than, you know, what my wheelbase feels. So with the settings I'm using anyways. So yeah, hopefully this helps. And, you know, basically that's why I wanted to make this, to try to answer some questions, and that way too I could just, next time somebody asks me, I can just send them to YouTube and show them my video, you know, and say, take a look at it, you know, and hopefully that'll help them and other people along the way. Getting dark, you know that. See what I mean? And it feels good, you know. Of course, I just got on tonight, so I'm not exactly warmed up either, but you get the idea. I mean, obviously the wheel settings work, you know, and the game settings. So if you definitely have simulation for your steering, and then you definitely want to have the simulation for the steering, and you definitely want to have the traction control and the stabilization off. You see what I mean though, right there? That was nice besides my exit. And the other thing that you can work on too when you're learning is learn to use, you know, your left foot braking. You know, whenever you're going into drifts, you know, try playing around with it where you're just kind of tapping that left foot. I mean, see, now you can tell I'm starting to warm up, but it's a lot of fun once you get it. So I hope that this helps somebody out there. And like I said, if anybody has any questions, leave a comment down below, and I'll be glad to try to help you guys out. See ya. Alright guys, so as I told you, I'd show you the Fanatec settings that I have. So this is for the Club Sport Wheelbase V2.5, but like I said, this is going to relate to a lot of other wheelbases. So that being said, go in here and I'm going to show you. So this is what I use for Forza Horizon 5. So I'm using the steering angle at 900, the overall force feedback strength at 85%. Yes, I know that's higher. However, for me, I feel like that's a lot better. It's a lot better. Before, I had a hard time feeling the car, what the car was doing. This way, I can literally feel when I'm like going around the turn and there's a bump or whatever, I can feel the car getting light, and when it's getting heavy in corners and everything like that. And it helps me a lot to prevent from like spinning out, or, you know, just having the overall control of the car. So vibration scale, it's just at 100% because honestly, I don't use this. I use the game to control the vibration. Pedal vibrations, I have mine turned off. Drift mode. So as you see, I have that off. The force effect, 100%. Spring effect, 100%. Damper effect, 100%. Brake force, I'm at 80. And then the force effect, I'm at 100. So I hope that this helps somebody else, and maybe this will get you going, or, you know, drifting better or racing better. That's the whole point of this video, and to give other people that have tried other people's you know, recommended settings, or maybe you just didn't know where to turn and you came across my video. If that's the case, drop a comment below and let me know how it worked for you. You know, did it help you? Or is there anything else that I could try to help you with? Yeah, just let me know. Until the next time, guys. Later.